Well, you heard a little bit of an introduction there by Father George. Thank you very much. I don't know how many of you realize or have read a little bit of the biography. I was raised in the Catholic Church, and about the time I was 20, I was introduced to the Assemblies of God, which is, they claim to be a very Bible-based church with no tradition. And can't have tradition, that's a bad word since the Reformation. And it's sola scriptura. And so they encouraged me to read the Bible, and being the one who would listen, a friend of mine gave me a living Bible, not realizing that it wasn't really a translation, but a very loose interpretation of an English translation. So it's not even a translation from one language to another. And secondly, not realizing that translation always implies interpretation. So when you go from one language to another, it's not just simply that you take these words and you put them into those words, but you have to interpret as you go. One of the things, I am very grateful, and I really do believe the Lord led me to go to Oral Roberts University. And that might come as a surprise to some people. But I think I had a very good faculty that was there. Dr. Jerry Sandage of blessed memory, I remember being in his church history class where he also invited Father George to come. And one of the students kept asking Father George, "Are you saved?" And Father George would say, "Well, you know, we're saved, being saved, and we hope to be saved," something along those lines. And he kept saying, "Do you believe that you're saved by the vicarious atoning death of Jesus Christ?" And Father George just kept answering the question in an orthodox fashion. And I finally prodded my friend, and I said, "Brett, he doesn't have to use our terminology to participate in what we think that we have that we perhaps don't even have to begin with." I said he doesn't have to know the buzzwords or the passwords. And I said, and secondly, he knows exactly what you're asking you. And he's not going to answer you using your terminology. He has a different way of expressing the faith. And maybe we should just sit and maybe we'll learn something, that it doesn't have to be our passwords and our buzzwords. Because I don't really think entering the kingdom of heaven is about passwords and buzzwords. It's about not only what we confess with our mouth, but what we do with our bodies and living the faith.